Since the fall, man is subject to both the miseries of this life and at the end of it, of death. And that is something we have to keep in mind. This puts the natural man, or as Scripture describes him, the unsaved man, into an utterly hopeless situation. The people who run around on the streets of America, the vast majority of them, whether they display it openly, whether they know it consciously or not, are in an utterly hopeless position. Hopeless without end. But this is not the position of the Christian. And yet our three main enemies, the world, the flesh, and the devil, constantly seek to make us believe that we are as hopeless as the unbeliever. And I dare say that most true believers at times find themselves in a situation where they lack this hope in its fullness. And these situations often are bereavement, sickness, constant pain. You have to keep in mind that the devil is a coward. He jumps over the already low hedge. So don't be surprised that when you are in a difficulty, in an assaulted situation, in darkness, in loneliness, that the devil finds his temptation or finds you to tempt you, to attack you, and to drive you into despair. He knows, other than many Christians, he knows that he cannot take salvation from you, but the next best thing is to make you miserable. That works too for him, because a miserable Christian is a paralyzed Christian who does not display the joy of the Lord, who does not find joy in the things of the Lord, a true child of God walking in darkness. But sometimes this hopelessness is also caused by our own spiritual negligence, I have to say, and I speak utterly from my own experience. When we don't cultivate our faith, when we don't live in the Word and in prayer, when we don't see our lives as a service of gratitude to the God who saved us, but we see our faith as a mere add-on to all the other things that are so important to us. When we live like this, even as true born-again Christians, which is almost a contradiction because no Christian should live like that. But sometimes we do. We call that backsliding. Or when our hearts grow cold, when we think we can play games with God, play tricks on God, and move away from the Scriptures, from prayer, from Christian conduct, maybe fall into sin, and before we know it, we've lost every sense of the presence of God. But also with it, we have lost the hope